Have you ever loved someone so deeply that their absence feels like a physical wound? That hollow ache in your chest that makes every breath a struggle. This isn't just another breakup story. This is a journey through the fire of betrayal and the triumphant rise from those ashes. If you're ready for a raw, an emotional tale of transformation and the sweetest revenge life can offer, you're in the right place. Welcome to Payback Stories. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button because what comes next will change how you see heartbreak forever. Our story begins in Seattle, a city known for its constant drizzle and moody skies. It was under one of these soft gray rainstorms that Elias Vance first locked eyes with Zara Thorne. He was a structural engineer, a man who built things meant to last. Standing under the green awning of Pike Place Market, trying to stay dry, she was a freelance graphic designer, all vibrant energy and bold dreams. Darting into the same covered space with a laugh that cut through the damp air, their hands brushed, reaching for the same door handle. And for Elias, time seemed to slow down. The rain, the smell of fresh coffee, and salt water from the bay. Her smile, it was a perfect moment he would replay in his mind for years to come. Their love story unfolded like a classic romance. Weekends were spent exploring quirky bookstores in Pioneer Square or taking spontaneous drives to Rattlesnake Lake. He was solid, reliable, the anchor to her whirlwind of creativity and spontaneity. For 2 years, they built a life inside his cozy Capitol Hill apartment filled with blueprints and her art supplies. He believed they were building something permanent, something unshakable. He was designing a future with her in every plan, every saved dollar, every quiet dream whispered in the dark. But slowly, almost imperceptibly at first, the cracks began to show. Zara started working later nights, her phone always face down on the table. Her critiques of their routine life grew sharper. "We're in a rut, Elias," she'd say, staring out the window at the city lights. "It's all just so predictable." He tried to change things: surprise dinners, weekend getaways to Portland, but his efforts were met with a sigh and a distant look in her eyes. The woman who once loved his steadiness now seemed to see it as a cage. The end came not with a shout, but with a cold, devastating quiet. It was a Tuesday evening. Rain streaked down the windows of their apartment. Elias, hoping to surprise her, had transferred a vacation fund into a joint savings account for a trip to Italy. He used her tablet to show her the booking website, and a text notification flashed on the screen. It was from a guy named Leo. "Can't stop thinking about last night. He still doesn't have a clue." The world dropped out from under him. When he confronted her, her face didn't crumple with guilt. It hardened with defiance. "I need more than this, Elias," she said, her voice icy. "You're a safe bet. You're boring. Leo is. I'm exciting. He makes me feel alive." Within an hour, she had packed 2 suitcases. The door clicked shut, leaving Elias alone in the silence, surrounded by the ghosts of their future. The weeks that followed were a blur of profound grief. Elias called in sick to work, unable to face the world. He sat in the dark, surrounded by the faint scent of her perfume still lingering on the couch. He'd find one of her hair ties and break down. His hands, which built bridges and buildings, now shook too badly to hold a coffee cup. The emotional pain was a physical weight, crushing him. He was drowning in memories and a toxic cocktail of love, humiliation, and a rage so deep it scared him. His salvation came in the form of his cousin Mateo, a former Marine who didn't believe in wallowing. Mateo showed up unannounced, kicked aside the empty pizza boxes, and yanked open the curtains. "Enough," he grunted, his voice leaving no room for argument. He didn't offer platitudes. He dragged Elias to a no-frills diner off Aurora Avenue, sat him in a sticky booth, and slid a plate of greasy fries toward him. "Listen to me," Mateo said, leaning forward. "You can let this destroy you, or you can use it as fuel. The best revenge isn't screaming or scheming. It's silence. It's success. It's becoming a man so great, her biggest regret is ever walking away from you." Those words sparked a flicker of defiance in the overwhelming darkness. Elias made a decision that night. His revenge would be a masterpiece of quiet, relentless self-improvement. Step 1 was total eradication. He blocked Zara's number, her email, and all her social media accounts. He didn't post sad songs or angry rants. he simply vanished from her digital world. It was the most difficult discipline of his life, fighting the urge to check her profiles, to see if she was happy with Leo. Step 2 was the transformation. Every ounce of pain, every bit of anger was channeled into rebuilding himself. His old gym routine became a daily obsession, pushing his body until the physical pain drowned out the emotional turmoil. He used his evenings to draft a business plan for his own engineering consultancy, something he'd always dreamed of but never had the nerve to pursue. He forced himself to call old friends, to say yes to invitations he would have previously declined. He reconnected with his sister Nina, who became his rock, reminding him of the man he was before Zara. Months melted into a new rhythm. The hollow ache began to be filled with purpose. Ilias's new business landed its first few clients. His body grew stronger, his mind sharper. The fog of depression lifted, replaced by a clear, driving focus. He started volunteering at a community center, rebuilding a playground. And there, he met Lena, a pediatric nurse with a calm presence and a kind smile. He wasn't looking for her, but he wasn't hiding either. They started as friends, coffee after the volunteer shifts, and it was easy. It was real. There were no games, just a genuine connection built on solid ground. Meanwhile, the echoes of his old life still reached him. A mutual friend mentioned, almost casually, that Zara and Leo had crashed and burned. That Leo's excitement was mostly drama and unreliability. He heard that Zara had been asking about him, that she'd seen a picture of him looking happier and healthier than ever, and that it had left her quiet and thoughtful. Elias didn't seek this information out, but when he heard it, he felt nothing but a distant pity. The hate had burned away, leaving only the solid proof of his own progress. The final, unplanned act of his payback story arrived a year later at a summer concert at Marymore Park. The sun was setting, casting a golden glow over the crowd. Elias was there with Lena, his sister Nina, and a group of friends. He was leaned back in a lawn chair, his arm around Lena, laughing at something Mateo said. He was utterly, completely present in his own joy. And then he saw her, Zara. She was standing 50 feet away with a friend, holding a plastic cup of wine. She was watching him. He saw the exact moment she recognized him, saw her eyes widen slightly, then travel from his face to his confident posture, to the way Lena looked up at him with affection and respect. The look on Zara's face was the final payoff. It wasn't anger or sadness. It was pure, unadulterated regret. It was the dawning, horrifying realization of what she had truly lost. She saw the man he had become, successful, loved, and at peace, and she saw the consequences of her own choices reflected back at her. Elias held her gaze for just a second across the crowd. He didn't smirk. He didn't glare. He simply gave a small, neutral, almost polite nod, the kind you'd give a stranger, and then turned back to his friends, back to his life, back to his happiness. He didn't need a single word. His existence was the ultimate revenge. His story is proof that the most powerful payback is not hate. It is not anger. It is absolute, undeniable indifference. It is building a life so beautiful and so full of light that the darkness of your past can no longer touch you. It's showing them that their greatest mistake was believing you wouldn't survive without them. You are not just a chapter in someone else's story. You are the author of your own comeback. If this story of silent strength resonated with you, if you've ever turned your pain into power, we want to hear about it. Tell us in the comments what your ultimate payback would be. Let's build a community of survivors. Don't forget to like this video if it moved you. And subscribe to Payback Stories for more powerful journeys of redemption every single week. Your comeback story is waiting to be written. Thanks for watching.